2, 1, go. What's good, YouTube? It's your boy Cass here, and we are here for Creator Insight. And guys, we are here with the creator, the man behind RHW. Introduce yourself, brother.
Well, hello, people of the CAW community. My name is Lincoln Walker, and I've been running RHW for probably about 5, almost 6 years now. And yeah.
So, with RHW has gained a pretty decent sized following. I'll say y'all are like one of the more recognizable logos, CAW shows on around, and we're gonna get into some questions, deep diving into your experiences with CAW, with content creation, because content creation can be a hell of a thing to a lot of people sometimes. And we're gonna dive into that because I think you have a very unique kind of outlook on things versus I don't think a lot of other people maybe might have. So we'll get into that. But first, we're gonna get into so we do universe mode, CAW universe modes, all that kind of thing, all the CAW community type stuff. So all of that is based in the wrestling video games, which has all a base for us being fans of wrestling. Where would you say that fandom started for you specifically?
I've always liked wrestling growing up. Like I don't quite remember when I started, but I've always been playing the video games more than watching the show. Like I remember playing 2K14 and never even watching WWE. It's kind of a hard mix. It's like I watch wrestling, but I just prefer to play the video game. As weird as that sounds.
I can see a lot of people I can see where people would get that kind of that feeling because, like you said, you do like watching wrestling, but you're much more of a video game player. You can control basically the outcome of everything with the WWE game. Like a lot of people want to negatively talk about the WWE wrestling games and all that stuff, but like when you really look at it, the creation suite really is unmatched in far of other sports games. Like I'm a massive NFL fan, like huge Madden guy. Like Madden's creation suite is abysmal. Like WWE's creation suite is genuinely next level. Like you can control so many different things, and like it really is like an ultimate video game sandbox. I really do. Like there's some stuff you can't.
It really is.
Yes, it's an ultimate wrestling sandbox. Like it's not completely perfect. There's stuff that you probably should be able to do that you're not allowed to do. But
yeah, my only thing with like. That's the thing. So like for RHW, like if there was like another pro wrestling game out there that had a just as equal creation suite and better gameplay, I would probably use it for RHW. But yeah, as you said, like it's like really the only option at the moment.
Yeah, because Fight Forever, like I saw people, Shannon when he came on for episode 1 of Creator Insight, people had asked him about when Fight Forever came out, were they going to make the switch? And like, I don't think people genuinely understood how bad that game was going to be. Like that game is terrible.
Yeah, no.
Like, I've played it. For me personally, that game is terrible. But I understand.
So it was a thought in my mind. I was like, we might actually have like an alternative. And then I got the deluxe edition. I played it for a grand total of 14 minutes, and I literally uninstalled it and have never touched it again.
Like I genuinely don't like the style of game, like, and I've went back and played like Here Comes the Pain. I genuinely see the interest in that, and I actually really did enjoy my playthrough of Here Comes the Pain and stuff, but I don't think it holds up. I think nostalgia is a hell of a thing. That's my opinion.
It really is, because yeah, I played Here Comes the Pain a couple months ago, and I was like, it was fun, but I was like, yeah, because it's cool, but
because my thing with Here Comes the Pain is once you get a year in, like say the career mode, once you get a year in, it recycles the same storylines over again. Like there is no replay value, I mean, there is replayability, but there's no replay value. So, like, the only game I would say, like, really has such a really good, like, simulation style with a sandbox, but it's not, like, the realistic version of, like, what WWE's shooting for with 2K.
Yeah.
Fire Pro Wrestling World is a really good game, but it's a different style of simulation. I
like the sim matches. Like, I like for universe mode and stuff. I like to watch AI go out and stuff at it. That is a very, very fun game for that one.
Yes.
I haven't really played I've never, like, personally, like, got in controller and played the game, but the
so
AI
hard.
versus AI on that game is phenomenal.
Fire Pro, to actually sit down, grab a controller, and play, the controls are so hard because you have to know, like, all these different button combinations and all this stuff, and, like, it's such a difficult game to play. But like you just said, if you're just a person that wants to sit down and watch, and, like, really, they have this mode on there called Fire Promoter, which, if you like to just, like, sit back and actually, like, a good GM mode where you have to handle, like, finances for a wrestling company and all this stuff, it's actually a really good game for that. But back to what I was saying, like, WWE gets a lot of hate for a lot of the negative stuff they do, which warranted. But
yeah,
there's also, like, I don't think it's as bad sometimes as people make it out to be. Maybe that's just me. Like, there are.
Yeah, I agree. Some things, it's just like okay, like, it's not that bad. They did it and move on with it.
Because, like, that the free ability and stuff sometimes, where people say, like, they're not able to get out and, like, use whatever weapons they want and all this stuff, like, I get it, and they are doing better jobs at that now because they're implementing more of, like, typical hardcore stuff, which is typical.
Yeah.
Which they're doing better now. I'm kind of interested in how that's gonna go over, because, like, eventually in a couple of years, are we gonna get, like, thumbtacks or something like that? Like, how is that gonna work?
Like actual weapons instead of just Kendo 6 chairs and tables.
Yeah. So
that I will say, that's my one pet peeve with WWE is the weapons. I was like the 3 weapons they use in every no DQ match. Do something different. But as you said, they are getting better with that. I think my favorite no DQ match was the Hell in a Cell match they did, because it had so much new stuff in it.
Question, my question for you now is, with RHW, I've heard people say, like, when they started doing their CAW Universe mode, their CAW series, that they just started because they were interested in doing it, or they were inspired by other people that they saw doing. What's your story with RHW? Was that, like, something you were just had an intuition to do, or did you see, like, other people doing it and you were like, I can do this too, and maybe I can do it better? Like, what was your opinion on it?
So, I think in 2019, I broke my foot going up the stairs, and so I was bored, and I started a PvP league. RHW originally started out as a PvP league for the first 2 years on Xbox, and so I had a friend who did this scripted style, and he was like, "Oh, you should do this." So I started a scripted brand, and I just kind of, I just kept going with it probably for about 1.5 years. And I made a Twitter account, and then I found out that there's other shows out there that do what we were doing. So I guess you could say yes and no about that, because it's kind of like, I look at this content that's out nowadays, and I'm like, wow, that's really cool. But yeah, I know a lot of people talk about, like, CAW from, like, 2017 and stuff, and I'm like, yeah, no, I completely missed that.
Like, I've said for UKW became, like, something very much because I was a massive fan of NXT UK. Like, huge fan of NXT UK. Loved the content, the product, and all that. And the name, I've said before, came from the old M. Dickey Wrestling Revolution game.
Oh, it's a great game.
Yes. But the idea of, like, a CAW universe mode content on YouTube came to me during COVID, because during COVID I was bored, wanted content to do. Nobody was in school, everybody was at home, So I originally did a LAW series. If you remember, LAW used to be like the my career, one of the my career
Yeah.
shows. So like I did that originally, and kind of that's where I cut my teeth on learning like little HLR stuff, like stuff like that. And then it kind of faded into basically what we're doing now, because when I started UKW, we made a completely new channel, started everything from scratch, and that's about 2 years ago, and we're at where we are now. This series is running deep, like, because originally, and maybe I'm kind of interested to see your opinion on this too. Like, I'm a college student currently. I go to Auburn, so like majority of what I do content for is to like really get that creative kind of side that I do have out, because I feel like if you just keep that boiled in, it kind of like it really gets to you mentally and kind of disturbs you a lot mentally. So while I'm going to Auburn for my degree and stuff, I found like this to be my best creative outlet. So I want to see if maybe you feel like the same way, that you feel like this is a really good creative outlet for you, or
To me, it really is it's a very good creative outlet. So I'm in college as well. I'm going for digital media. So like I'm doing graphic design and stuff. And it's nice to be able to do that graphic design and stuff like outside the school environment without any constraints, stress, anything like that.
mm-hmm.
And just to like tell the stories I want to tell to and have an outlet for it is really nice. Because I mean, some of the stories we have are literally out there. Like nice to have an outlet to express them on.
And like that's kind of the thing that I think a lot of people miss is and that's what, if anybody was to ever ask me an advice about like CAW YouTube or like the CAW situation, is if you're getting in to YouTube to have like some form of content creation career out of it, get into a different niche.
I completely agree. Like, I mean, like, we're not, like, I'm not here to make money, like, at all. Like, this, I'm just like, it's just for fun.
It's like, because I will argue that also there are some CAW feds out there that do a really good job and have been able to kind of be the outlier in a situation where they are doing well enough to do well. So
yeah,
but like there are a lot of CAW shows out there. I've noticed that through This Week in CAW, there are a lot of CAW shows out there, and a lot of them are not successful. So, like, just where me and you have gotten to, we should be proud of ourselves for that.
I'm extremely grateful for the amount of support that RHW has for the past year and a half. It's crazy that we got to this point, honestly. I remember just doing this for fun and posting it to YouTube, and it's like now, like, we have a Discord server, and people are, interacting with it, and have been watching it for years.
So my thing now, like, and I'm going to get to a point where I'm kind of interested of how you felt about this, because there's a very popular persona in wrestling that says any publicity is good publicity. So I have something that I'm going to bring up a little bit later, but has it ever occurred since you've seen the like growth of RHW to kind of branch out into different wrestling content? Like, for example, with UKW, we've done Creator Insight, we've done like other stuff because of me being interested in the other facets of like content creation, because I really do, since I started, I really do enjoy like just editing videos, making videos, the sound design and all that stuff. Has that ever like considered you maybe getting involved in some different stuff for the content creation, or?
Yes and no, because I have a lot of ideas, but not a lot of time. For example, like I have a series I want to do, like a specific character for RHW, but I'm like, realistically, I'm never gonna have time to make that because my hands are so tied with RHW production because it takes so long for me to get an episode out. It's an interest of mine, and I'm hoping next year I could probably dip my toe into other projects, because I know this year we're working with a couple other feds, and I'm personally working on a couple projects, but nothing like major into the content creation.
So, like, getting back to the any publicity is good publicity stuff. Got a pretty viral clip that
Oh my god.
I didn't know this is when I asked you on Twitter when we were setting this up, was anything off limits? This was the section.
Nothing's off limits.
This was the section of what I was going to ask you about. Is because I know me personally, I would love to have, because I checked the view count on the clip yesterday. It's like 800,000 views, which is insane.
That's crazy.
Which is insane. That, and I was talking to a couple of my friends that do CAW and stuff too, and I told them that genuinely might be the most viewed CAW clip ever. There's a genuine possibility that might be the most viewed CAW universe mode clip ever. Good or bad?
I wish it would have. I wish it would have been a little more positive. That was a mistake on my behalf. That was to go out. But I mean, as you said, any publicity is good publicity, and I mean, 800,000 people got to see RHW logo. So I mean,
that's what I'm like, because
at first, it didn't sit well with me. Because some of the reaction, I mean, I got some pretty nasty messages, and I'm like, you don't even know me.
Which is why.
So,
first of all,
how
without him even saying that, if anybody messaged him and took anything personal based on a HLR clip, you're bozos. Feel how you if you took any of that personal, that's bozo activity. I'm sorry, but like. I also understand like the positive criticism,
yeah, that I understood. Like I learned a lot. Like okay, so I'm just gonna see an open book here. So because of that clip, RHW now has improved highlight reel. We have sound now. We have we have sound editing. We have sound. We've improved a lot, and I've gotten a lot from a lot of people, but on the flip side too, there was a lot of negativity. I mean, an obnoxious amount of negativity.
Because this is why I think about it, and this is what I thought about when I saw, because I didn't even know it got that many views. 800,000, I still can't believe that. That's ridiculous. Because, and of course, it's the clip you wouldn't want to do that. Right, it's the clip.
Exactly. I posted probably 50 clips, like that one that I didn't even post. Because when I seen that one, so I usually triple check my shows, and when I seen that spot went out when I was commentating it, I was like, oh, that's gonna be interesting.
Because that's also shows growth, like with you as a content creator, because now you can look at that where you're telling yourself that shouldn't have went out.
Literally,
I've had stuff like that where where there are certain spots that I meant to cut, and then in editing just forgot about, and they don't get cut, and that shows character growth with you as a content creator, where you're like, I understand this was a mistake I made here. I'm not perfect, but also I'm gonna take this, multiply it into making better content going forward.
Exactly. That doesn't sound weird, but I'm actually kind of grateful that happened, because the amount, the way that it affected RHW is more good than bad. Because at the time, I won't lie. At the time, I took it very personal, but looking back at it now, I appreciate the help that it gave me, because my highlight reel is a little better, and yeah.
So, with the clip getting that much traction, did y'all see any growth in interaction, or any growth in new people wanting to be a part of RHW, or?
Yes and no. So we were already kind of getting a lot of traction and stuff already. So then that happened. I know it put some people back, I should say, because we had somebody leave because they needed to protect their reputation. But yeah. Yeah, it's kind of a yes and no thing. To me, it's a double-edged sword. I have a feeling that, because I mean, that episode was the most viewed pay-per-view in quite a while. So I'm guessing that directed a lot of people to that episode. But yeah, I'm kind of grateful it happened. I'm not gonna lie.
No, because like, and this is like I said, nothing but positive. But like, when I first saw the clip, it's like you can't help but like
It's bad.
Like you can't help but laugh. Like
no, I mean, I'm still laughing about it. I've seen it making its daily rounds today, and I was like, oh, that is so bad. But it's not like now looking back at it, it's just something that you just cringe and move on.
Like even the person that's doing commentary cracks up and like, because that's how you know. Like that's how you know. Like
yeah, no, that's how I know it was bad. But it was kind of funny. So storyline wise, Nick Stevens, one of the dudes in that match, he like the storyline wise, he like everything he does is for like attention. So like he ripped like Ricky Yamamoto's eyeball out of control with his bare hands. Like he stabbed people, blah blah blah, stuff like that. And I just thought it was so funny that his barbed wire death match got well over 800 views. Like the character literally got what it wanted.
So like, were the people in that match? I know Southern Discomfort was in that match. What was their kind of outlook on the match once it came out? Like,
I think they were. I didn't really ask because I won't lie. For the first month, I just kind of avoided the entire pick.
mm-hmm.
But it was asked, but I didn't do that again, and I completely agree. I really don't know. I mean, I know they probably didn't look at it too fondly because it was a really shitty highlight reel spot. But then again, it got over 800,000 views, and as you said, it's probably one of the most viewed CAW clips ever, and they're in it. So,
like that, like because just like looking at it objectively, CAW is not a massive niche; it's a niche within a niche within a niche. So, like, you gotta look at it like that.
Yeah.
That genuinely might like. And I would love if somebody would actually go and like probably look that up, try to like figure it out, because like the only thing I can imagine trying to get more is maybe like a clip with Chris in it, like denkops or something like that. Like those might have more, but as far as like CAW universe mode shows, like I just can't imagine a spot getting more than that.
Yeah, no, I had somebody ask me if I was gonna try to get like a clip to go. I'm like that's not happening again. Like, I mean, unless it's bad, unless there's another shitty highlight reel clip, but like I myself don't think I'd be able to recreate that. Especially that viewership. Maybe a couple thousand, but I mean, 250,000 views, that's a lot of people.
And like what's even crazier is like you said, the person that originally uploaded it, like a person that uploaded the clip wasn't you. So the person that
oh my god, I know.
The person that like kind of benefited the most off of the clip wasn't even the person that made the clip.
I know. I think people in the chat asking them what show that was on, and like now, looking back at it, I would have shared the link and like, here's the show, have fun. But at the time, man, I was freaking out. I'm not gonna lie. But
Bro was probably
yeah, no,
RHW is done. It's in the toilet. It's over.
Yeah. But no, I was very grateful for the community, the RHW community. They were very supportive during that time, well, except for a couple people. But yeah, they definitely helped me get through it, and I didn't quit. Show went on, made part 2, and now Hardcore Massacre 5 is coming up, and I can guarantee you that is not being redone. But yeah.
So you found a way to bounce back from a, like I said, pretty viral clip.
Oh my god.
So now with Hardcore Massacre coming out, how, without like spoiling anything, because I know of course you don't want to do that, or is this the show you're the most proud of?
At the moment, yes. At the moment, this is probably one of my most. I put a lot of effort in the show. Pretty much I mean, my highlight reels have always been choppy. That's just it's not my style, but I'm like self-taught, and I didn't know highlight reel was a thing until I've seen other feds doing it. But it's probably one of my most polished shows to date. Hopefully, I think anyway. I'm still not done with it yet, but like the show opener, probably one of my favorite matches I've ever produced.
So, with that, like, CAW's ever changing, right?
Yeah.
And without getting into it, Hardcore Massacre dealt with a couple of big changes. So, as a content creator, how do you feel like you've been able to bounce back from that? Do you think y'all have done a pretty good job being able to?
Yes. In my opinion, I have. I've actually gotten advice now from stuff, and I was able to learn from a couple people. Shout out to them. But yeah, I definitely think we definitely bounced back from that. Hopefully.
And like, I think wrestling in general is you've got to always be adaptable, especially in real life, because like you see with WWE recently, Mr. Money in the Bank, Seth Rollins, he goes down with an injury. Like that probably messes up storylines for them. They have to change stuff because of that. Like it's different with us. It's different with us because of course like stuff like that doesn't happen, but like different things in life happen. So
things do happen. Oh, trust me. Yeah, I know. I'm glad we were able to salvage the Night 2 main event.
So, would you say the way people view, like, because I've also seen that too, and I want to also say, like, people, like, dive into highlight reel differently, and people use it differently. Me, personally, I'm not the biggest fan of everything on the show being highlight reel. Like, I like using it for major moments because I feel like it makes those moments mean more. Does that make sense? I think I even said that in the Rising Battle of the Rising Sun event. Is like, for me personally, it's like my style is way more like compact because I feel like you can do stuff with making it mean more, but also having like it shows the amount of time you dive into with RHW. Damn near everything is highlight reel. So the amount of time that an episode must take is next level. So
that's my OCD right there. Mm-hmm. Personally, I would rather have gameplay with highlight reel moments, but I feel everything better with highlight reel. So it also depends how many matches there are and how long. So like Out of Control, I've been doing more gameplay. I still play with 2 controllers because I don't like using the AI because the AI is stupid. Same. Especially with So I for Out of Control, I've been doing gameplay with some highlight reel spots, and that's been speeding production up. But it takes me a good 3 weeks to make a show. I have the way I have highlight, like the way I do highlight reel, I can make a 20 to 30 minute match within 3 days. Mm-hmm. That's what's taking this pay-per-view so long, is it's entirely highlight reel and the 10 matches on each night.
Like, that's the thing that I've during finals last year at college, and I've talked about this so many damn times. I bet you people on Creator, like the people that watch this series, are going to be, damn, I'm tired of you talking about finals last year. But during finals last year in college, I mean, this, not even last year, it was earlier this year, spring of this year. Finals really like got to me mentally. So UKW was doing 2 videos a week. We were doing Monday and Friday. And I told people that if I was going to pass finals, which I ended up doing, I had to shut down the 2 a week because it was a lot.
Oh no, I get that. Trust me. I was lucky this semester that 2 of my classes didn't have finals. Mm-hmm. They just had final presentations, so it wasn't that bad. But yeah, there's been a couple semesters where I was thinking, but then but that's the thing, is we don't have a set schedule for stuff. So it's like, if I got to take a week off to do school, pay-per-views don't have dates. They come out when they're done.
Like, that's kind of where I feel like I am so much of, my ADHD gets to me. When I do stuff, I do stuff. Like, so like when I'm hardwired, to, because ADHD, you go in like peaks and valleys. That's the way I've been able to describe it to people.
Trust me, I have it very badly.
Like when I'm interested in something, that's all I want to do. That's all I want to work
Yep.
on. But with UKW and CAW, that's the only thing I can say probably in my entire life hasn't had a valley. Like, it's been the only thing I've been able to consistently work on for damn near 3 years now. Not feel like there were point. Okay, that's not entirely true. After Pinnacle 3, I spent probably a month working on that card. I was burnt out. Like, I needed to take a week, and I ended up. That's the only time where we didn't take a week, and I was perfectly fine. As soon as I started working on the next Renegade episode, I was fine after that. It was just.
Go ahead. Sorry.
No, you're good. I'm yapping, but like I.
Yeah, no, I'm the same way. Like, the RHW is the only thing that I've been able to do straight for 5 years. I mean, I even have like replica championship belts. The only time that I was like done was probably after Hardcore Mania 3. So that was probably the longest card I've ever made, and it took me like 2 months. So then it came out, and then that happened, and it just extra blow to the, already exhausted. But I took a week off because I was taking a week off anyway, and I just stayed off Twitter, and I came back, and here we are.
And like I said, I've done a lot of stuff with BWN, SWW, and Shannon. Shannon has been massively important in my growth as a creator, my growth as a show writer, everything. He's a massive like mentor for me, and I never expected I'd get that because I was watching his content before I even like met him or knew who he was, like, and he's helped me a lot with like understanding that you do need to prioritize the quality of your content over like the quantity of how often it gets out, because like I had told you before we started the review, when they dropped onto the Verge, that was a year after Divinity, so they hadn't dropped a pay-per-view in a year, and they got record number viewership for On the Verge. So that shows like the level of commitment that kind of fan base does have for SW, and like also understanding that people care about good quality stuff in CAW. Like, people also, like, I'm not gonna sit here and lie about it. People have said that they like UKW because of the consistency. Like, we constantly put out like quality stuff that does come out once a week, because that is very rare in CAW. Like,
no, that is very rare. We ran RHW we were a weekly 2 years. But then I got a job and stuff, and I had to change. But yeah, no, it's nice to be able to have something that you can, rely on. Like, you can watch, like you have Tough Freaks, and UKW is coming out, let's say Wednesday. You know what I mean?
Mm-hmm. And like, I've noticed originally I was very worried about Creator Insight. This isn't your typical wrestling content. I was very worried about This Week in CAW. It's not your typical wrestling content. And then I don't know if you got a chance to check it out yet, but we recently launched a series that was for members, which is like, it's for everybody that's on the channel, but it's if you're a member, you can recommend a retro pay-per-view for us to review. That's like, I was worried about all these different series because that's not what people originally subscribed for. Does that make sense?
Yeah.
So as a content creator in my head, I'm like, people aren't going to want to watch this. Creator Insight has our most viewed video ever. The Shannon interview has like 3K. This Week in CAW, damn near every episode peaks at 100 plus views. Like, and then the retro pay-per-view reviews, that's a newer series. We're only 2 episodes deep, so I'm yet to see how that's really gonna go over yet, but I know people have subscribed to the memberships specifically to be a part of that series. So that shows me also that people are interested in that in some aspect. That's why I will say this though, because this is one of the questions on here, and for you say you really don't watch a lot of other CAW content, but who is somebody that when you look at in the CAW community, whether it be on Twitter or whatever, that you think I could do magic with him in RHW? We could do some. Is there anybody?
Mm. I keep a list of people that I'd like to sign / bring in or work with. I guess I'm not gonna try to cheat with this question. I'm gonna say Caleb Cook from Pro Wrestling Doom, because we are partnerships. We're partners with PWD, but Caleb Cook hasn't really done much in RHW, and he's making magic down there in PWD as the world champion. And I would really like to bring him in and do a storyline with him. But so outside of our partnership, JJ Justice.
Okay. And feel free to just kind of recycle an answer, because I feel like this might be what your answer is, but I'm not 100%. During your time doing content for RHW, what's the biggest challenge you faced during that content creation journey? Is it
for content creation go ahead.
Is it the fallout after Hardcore Mania?
No.
Okay.
No. My toughest challenge is just this is every episode, but is this episode gonna be good enough? Are they gonna like it? It's self-doubt, I will say.
Yes, that is me. For our recent pay-per-view was Red, White, and Bruised, which I was very nervous about, because I
watched that.
We had a very kind of upset in the main event where TD lost the world championship. And for people that haven't been watching recently, he lost to somebody that's not even under UKW contract. He's not on so it's a bit of a unique thing. It's a newer character beating and I was worried about people's perspective. But
yeah,
when Renegade come out, I knew that if I was going to make the storyline work, we had to portray it right. We did an 11-minute promo segment for a show that's only an hour and 3 minutes long. So the first 11 minutes of the episode is just a promo segment between Drake, the GM of Renegade, who's talking to TD, and I don't know if you're a big wrestling, if you remember a lot of stuff like I do, but there was when Cena and Brock were doing their rivalry years ago, Edge came back after he had retired and gave Cena a pep talk. That was kind of the inspiration for me for this most recent promo. But I was getting back to what I said, rambling, but getting back to what I was talking about, it does, I get very nervous sometimes for big stuff.
I'm so nervous for Massacre. I don't want to give it too much away, but Massacre has a lot of very bold decisions, I guess. A lot of stuff's going to happen on it. I'm not going to lie. I won't say what, but there's a match on there that I'm so scared to get people's reactions from. But then on the flip side, though, too, it's just well, you want to tell a good story, so you got to commit to it. You know what I mean?
Yes, 100%.
Yeah, so that's one of those things where it's you got to kind of gauge the audience's reaction, but sometimes you just, you know what I mean, you got to go on with the story. Show must go on.
We have a story that's going right now that I felt needed a kind of extra kick. So we did a gunshot situation. And it was we've never done anything like that before. I know you said RHW's taken a little bit of strides to do some kind of crazy stuff before, but
I was so scared for the Nick Stevens eyeball thing. I was so nervous for that, about how people were going to react to it.
Because the gunshot thing, I was super nervous about, because I was I didn't want people saying damn bro, this is CAW, you took that a bit too far. But I felt you are with CAW, we are trying to prevail, and shout out to my boy JW Boss. He helped me with this a lot, but he said real life is gritty, real life is dark, real life has a bunch of, and if we're trying to portray that CAW like mirrors real life, there are going to be situations that are dark, gritty, hard to watch sometimes. That is and like, it's no different than watching playing a video game where somebody gets shot, or watching a movie where somebody gets shot. It's no different. It's a form of entertainment content.
Yep. Basically at the end of the day, so the way I view RHW is like RHW, it's a TV show that gets posted on YouTube.
Yep.
So yeah, that's the way I see it. So like, if I'm going to do something that's going to kind of push the boundaries of it, where I'm just kind of like, well, it is entertainment. You know what I mean? So like,
and I'll actually,
I don't want to allude too much.
But yeah, go ahead.
I don't want to allude too much, but we have a storyline happening with shout out to Duff Raven. But it's going to be very real. Like, it's going to be a very, very gritty, real storyline. Like, stuff he talks about, like, actually happened. And it's definitely going to push the boundaries. But at the end of the day, it's entertainment.
So, like, when will you say, at what moment would you say the moment clicked in your head where you're like, people care about RHW? Like, I know that people are following it. People know what's going on. Like, has that moment clicked yet where you feel like there are people that understand the stories and stuff? Or do you feel like you're still getting there?
When people message me and they, like, want to talk about, like, storylines that have been going on for, like, years, like, there's somebody who was like, you know, I really like this character. And I was like, I didn't even know people actually liked him. I definitely, one thing that opened my eyes about, like, people liking RHW is just, like, the amount of support that we've been getting the last couple of years over, like, shows and stuff, and especially the roster. And I mean, for example, we posted a sign up sheet, I think like a month ago. We got over 150 signups on that, and I was like, damn, because I was only expecting like 3 or 4.
And it kind of like you said in the it kind of makes you feel like a jerk when you turn a bunch of people down.
It really does, because usually I would reach out to everybody that signed up and told them, but like that's just not possible with 150 people, because
yeah,
that's a lot.
100%. You have to have like the time to reach out and all this stuff, and you also want to feel like everybody's getting kind of a unique conversation. You don't want to fit in like a copy and paste message or like that.
No, I like to reach out and be like, hey, I'm seeing your sign up, and I apologize that we weren't able to sign you at the moment. We're interested, but like now's not the time right now.
So like, this is a question that might be a bit like, this is a question like you said, RHW is much more of like a creative outlet for you than like a look at like a future, like you said, you're much more interested in like getting your degree in graphic design and all that stuff, and having RHW be like your creative outlet. So I'm a bit interested on what your thought process here will be. Like a year or two from now, where do you see RHW?
Hopefully just what we're doing now, but a little bigger. So this is a side hobby for me, but I'm here for the long term. My goal is to be running RHW for 10 years.
Okay.
So we actually have some storylines already like in the works for next year. Mm-hmm. The Hardcore Massacre 6 logo is actually already made.
Okay.
I'm hoping next year. I hope like from here now, I hope the shows can come out a little faster than they are, but we'll see about that.
That's the one thing I'll say is like, and that's kind of where I am is like, and I've talked about this, my degree's in history education, so like teaching is what I'm eyeing up to do. And I've told myself like, the current format we have now, like excusing the creator insights or the This Week in CAWs, like, cause that does take time. Like, I'm not gonna sit here and say that's easy content to make. Excusing those stuff, cause some of that might have to fade away like once I get like a full-time teaching job or something. But just the Renegade, Valors, and the pay-per-views. If I was to do one video a week, I think I could do that working as a teacher full-time, because you get weekends off.
Yeah.
You're home, like, these amount of hours. Like, I feel like that's doable. So I have told myself, like, I don't see myself ever not doing UKW now.
Same here.
Because it has become such a focal point of my, like, this is going to be a weird thing because at the end it is a video game, but it has become such a vocal point of my existence. Like, it is.
No, same here. I completely get what you're saying.
Like, because it is very much like, I go to sleep, how can I make UKW better? Every night.
Yeah.
Wake up. First thing I do, check Twitter. Does anybody DM me about how I can make UKW better? Has anybody, like, has a video blown up overnight? I check all this stuff every, like, and we have made some big strides. UKW, speaking of, like, the Murph interview. Didn't think I was gonna get that.
Yeah.
When I reached out to Murph, because, like, he was the person that I grew up watching. Didn't think I was gonna get that. Same thing with the with JC. Like, I had been watching a lot of JC stuff recently. I didn't grow up watching him. He's younger than me, but like, UKW's opened up a lot of doors for me content creation wise. Like, I talk about it all the time with a couple of people, but, like, Murph's friends with, like, some of the bigger people in the community, like Brandon, Chris, all these people. So, like, I feel like maybe eventually those could be people that are featured on Creator Insight. So
yeah, I'm the same way here. Like, RHW is practically like integral part of my life. And also, like, so for example, I'm going to school for graphic design. Being able to work and use those skills outside, of school, it kind of puts me, like, it helps with those classes. They're like, oh, well, we need this logo or a poster made for class. So it's like, okay, come home, do it, move on. I'm the same way. I'm always checking my messages. I'm always making sure nothing's hitting the fan while I'm gone.
What I'll say with UKW is, like, I'll say with UKW, how it's helped me with my future career is, like, very much leadership and, like, control of a situation.
Yeah.
Like, we have a Discord with, like, 130 people in it. Like, being able to, like, monitor nothing crazy going on, being able to, like, to control the situation. Like, it's very much evolved me into, like, trying to lead by example of a situation, right? Like,
yeah.
Because I also now, like, something else that has shown me is, like, as many people that do crazy stuff in the CAW community, it showed me, like, you're supposed to have this certain etiquette with you as a, like, there is no excuse to be made when you fall short of this etiquette you're supposed to have. Like,
yeah.
And I can say that, like, the person I am now because of UKW versus the person I was in 2023 when I started are two completely different people. Because, like, I make the joke all of the time of, like, I'm like a Pokemon. I evolved. I'm a different character now. But, like, it really is that way. I feel like mentally I've become so much a better person. UKW helped me, like, get over my my breakup with my fiance. Like, there's no telling where I would be without this content. And I don't know if, like, you feel the same, but, like, your mental situation and stuff.
I do, because, like, it definitely helped me with my I use the word people skills, because I'm not very the best at communicating publicly, and I'm like, well, now I'm doing it every day.
Yep.
Like, commentary, when I first started doing commentary, it was so scary, but now it's just like, it's a fact of life. You just get on there and you just do it. Definitely helped gain my confidence.
And when you reached out, I knew that there were things I wanted to talk to you about, because I feel like you've always been a supporter of UKW for a minute. Like, I see you in the chat all the time and stuff, and, like, I feel
one of the only 3 feds that I watch.
Well, I really do appreciate that. Like, I also appreciate that you understand that, like, when all the negative attention came, and, like, you weren't like, fuck this, I'm hanging it up, I'm done, like, I don't need this.
Almost, but yeah.
No, because like a lot.
That was just in the heat of the moment.
No, but the truth behind it is a lot of people with weaker mindsets when they were getting the shit you were getting for that probably would have left. Like that's just like that's a shout out to you and your mindset. That's a shout out to the people around you giving you good like support. Like that's a shout out to all of that.
Shout out to Madison Reyes.
Because content creation is hard because you put all the work in and then somebody in 5 seconds can type this sucks. And you've spent 6, 7, 8 hours putting it together. And however long thinking about it. So content creation is so like
it's definitely a fun game. It's like it's a very interesting. It's like a game of chess, though.
Yes, because, and I know a lot of this might be the most controversial thing I say on this episode, but like and WWE has said this, and people get on them all the time for it, but when I log on to YouTube, I'm not competing against other CAW shows.
Neither am I. Like I don't know. I don't. I'm here to compete.
That like I feel like for me, I'm looking at how I can get UKW the most viewership possible from people that aren't watching CAW already. Because I feel like, at least for UKW's sake, I think our content is good enough to already hook the CAW base. If that makes sense.
Yeah.
What UKW would need to do to expand its horizon is hook the people that aren't into CAW or aren't into wrestling, and I that's what I need to do better as a content creator. That's what I feel like Creator Insight does. What I feel like the retro pay-per-views do, because there might be people that aren't into CAW but are into wrestling. So like,
yeah,
there are much more things, and like RHW, like you said, with the eyeball stuff and all that stuff, and the Canadian Destroyer off the ladder onto the turnbuckle and all this stuff like that. Like that's God. That's edgy activity. Like that gets, because I'm pretty sure, like I'm guaranteed you majority of people saw the Canadian Destroyer clip and like, what the hell is this? Like that had, because that was
question I've seen quite a bit.
Because like, and of course, we would like to have things like, I'm pretty sure you would have loved to be the one that posted the clip that went viral. Like that would have probably been, but things happen the way they happen. Like you said, RHW got a lot of, like, people saw the logo. People saw something you worked on that much. So like, there's always good turns you can make to stuff, right? Like there's always good,
You always have to keep a positive mindset. You always have to look on the bright side of stuff. I mean, even with some of the situations that have happened, like the Hardcore Master 5 main event, for example, that really sucks. But in the long term, 2 people got signed. About 10 people are being a Hardcore Massacre, and they weren't even supposed to be on the card and stuff like that. It's like, it might have seemed bad in like then, but in the long term, look at how many people got the benefit.
Yeah.
That might be a little controversial, and I apologize, but that's just the way that's how I outlook on stuff. Like, you lose the championship.
You can't just sit back and be negative all the time either.
No, like if you are held, like I'm gonna use the UFN International Championship, for example. One of my characters held it for 6 months. And he won one of those dominant reigns in the whole company. And it's like, okay, so you lost the international championship, and yeah, that sucks. And you might not like it now, but like you just won on a 6-month reign, beat everybody in the division. Now look at you now. Now you can go to the world championship division. You know what I mean? But that's just the way that I look at or try to outlook it.
I will also say that I feel like it's kind of hard as a booker or a writer or whatever you want to call yourself, because I know people use different terms, but when you're writing for a character, that you know that the person behind the character is going to be upset when they lose. I can say from personal experience, it makes it so much more difficult to write the character. It makes me, at least for me personally, it makes me not want to use the character.
I was just saying the same thing. Yeah, that's if like you lose, if not gonna say you, but if somebody loses and they complain and they whine about it, well, that's just gonna make the booker not want to use you more anymore, because because there's other people on the roster that could be grateful to be on the spot and gladly take the loss. And I'm not because I know there's some scenarios where like it's a shitty loss. And I'm not saying don't say anything, but like I guess I'll just use the word like if you have a problem, try to work it out.
Yes.
You know what I mean?
Yes. But
that's what I always tell the RHW roster. If you ever have a problem with the way you're getting used or something, come talk to me about it. Like,
yes.
I mean,
100%. I've said that so many times. Like, because
like we might not be able to fix the problem right then and there at the moment, but we can make a plan, so it doesn't like happen again or something like that.
This conversation with you has been really kind of eye-opening and really kind of diving into like how much we genuinely kind of think the same with a lot of stuff. I've noticed that is like with a lot of calls.
Yeah, I was thinking the same thing.
We genuinely do think the same with a lot of stuff. I really do appreciate you wanting to come on and do Creator Insight. I know you probably saw it and be like, damn, this would be cool, but because I know a lot of people wanted me to ask them first. Like Trey, when I brought Trey on, Trey was saying I'd been wanting to do it for a minute, but I wanted somebody to ask me. So, like, I don't know if you kind of felt the same.
I just figured all you can do is ask. The worst that's gonna happen is they're gonna say no. So yeah, I just figured, why not?
Because you were like,
I'd ask.
To be honest, I had been told like you weren't really a person that liked going into a lot of detail on stuff. So I felt like this really wouldn't have been your speed. So
that's the problem. Is I might just sound a little rude, but people don't really. That's the thing is I don't really talk to people, and like I can go into as much detail as anybody wants for a storyline if they're in it. I mean, I have like for example, I'm gonna use like Madison Reyes with the Cherry Star storyline. There was so much detail that went into that. Like you could know she would turn, or that she set the attack up like 4 months before it was revealed, because you could see Madison Reyes standing up there on the catwalk beforehand. But yeah, I'm definitely trying to get better with my communication skills.
After this is done, if you're down, I know people would I know that people in the UKW Discord that you work for and stuff, people would work with and stuff. I know people would love to have you in there just to like chill and chat and stuff. So, if you wanna?
Yeah, no, that sounds. I've been really trying to branch out and get to know some of the people in the community, and so I figured I was like, well, this would be a good start because I've never really like opened up before.
Yeah. So, if anybody wants to know anything about RHW from now on, just link them in this video. So, anyway, guys, this has been your boy Cass. On your under your like webcam thing, it said I did Grim because that was your Discord thing, but
yeah,
I'm pretty sure that's fine. Anyway,
I go all kinds of names. People call me Pun and Done 122. They call me Grim. They call me Lincoln. All kinds of stuff.
So anyway, guys, I hope you enjoyed Creator Insight. As always, I will say, if you haven't already, go check out RHW. Hardcore Massacre is coming out soon, and it is going to be definitely a thing to watch. He's put a lot of work into it, as he's talked about here, and pretty sure he's excited for the show. The link to RHW is going to be in the description, same as it was for the Battle of the Rising Sun show, which if y'all haven't seen that, go check that out. One of the best shows we've reviewed on This Week in CAW so far. And anyway, guys, I think we're done. Like I said, this has been your boy Cass. That's been Grim. We're gonna head out. Bye, guys.
Yeah.